I will say, I do thoroughly enjoy how well this dash is laid out for filming. It definitely makes filming inside the truck so much easier. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the last video. I know it was kind of a long one, but really the last like 10 minutes of it was just talking about everything that happened with the guy that I bought this truck from. So a lot of you probably skipped out. Some of you guys probably stayed in. That video hasn't even been posted yet on my end, but you guys have already seen it. So I am on my way to Walmart right now. I am going to be looking for some seat covers and a steering wheel cover for the truck, and I also need some razor blades to get this window tint off. The tint is trashed. I already have pre-cut tint ordered. I've already got a muffler delete ordered for the truck, but definitely need some seat covers because I want this dude's shirts out of here and I want his butt towels out of here. And I had some Hot Shots Diesel Secrets injector cleaner laying in a bottle in the back seat. I had it completely tightened down and somehow it managed to leak out. And there's a spot like this big. It's on the seat cover. It didn't get on the seat, but the smell of it will not go away. So I need to get that seat cover out of here. I've got an air freshener hanging up right here, and I've also got one hanging up right there, and they are not enough to cover that smell of that injector cleaner. I've sprayed Febreze on it. I've sprayed some Glade air freshener on it. It will not go away. So we're gonna hopefully get some seat covers, and I'm probably gonna pick up some air freshener while we're there, some razor blades, and I'll look at some other stuff. But I'm gonna head to Walmart, and then we'll head back here and get started on the truck. Well, somehow a trip that was supposed to be like under $20 turned into 60 something dollars. But they have these seat covers here that are $9 a piece, and they're just plain black seat covers for the front seats, and that will protect my seats from getting torn or stained or anything like that. So I'm gonna put these on the front when we get home, and I'm actually gonna wash this just so I have something to cover the back seat. It's like canvas or whatever, so it's very washable. But they have these, and all the other Old Spice smells just smell like an old white lady's house. And so I like the smell of like the real steel and the leather. I have the leather on here currently, but I got these just to have something different. We got a wheel brush to clean your wheels and tires and everything. We got some razor blades to get the tint off the windows. Got some Starburst for my girlfriend. And a steering wheel cover. Get away from touching this nasty steering wheel all the time. But let's get on home and let's get all this crap pulled off the seats, get our seat covers put on, get our steering wheel cover put on when we get home, and just see how we can make this thing ours. Alright, well, it seems like I'm having nothing but issues with our vacuum. It's not a shop vac or anything like that. It's literally a household vacuum that has a little wand thing on it. So it's not meant for this. Anytime it sucks up anything bigger than, I mean, like a dead fly, really, it like clogs it. So this isn't going too well with it. I've already clogged it twice. So I'm gonna stop recording as I've already recorded like 30 minutes of basically me cleaning out a vacuum. But I started cleaning out floor mats, and I started trying to vacuum the seats. I've already got the seat covers from the back seat and the center console. They're already in the washer right now. I threw some Super Clean in there with them, and I threw in a normal like laundry pod. So hopefully they clean up good. They don't have to be perfect, but I really just want the other person's stains and everything off of them, all their sweat, all their dirt and everything. I don't want to share that with them. I'd rather put my own dirt on everything. So I'm gonna continue cleaning out the back seat, getting rid of anything I find. I found a silver dollar, so that was cool. But I'm gonna keep going at it, and I'll pick you guys up when it's time to probably start scraping this tint off or put the seat covers on, when we're doing something like actually productive. Okay, so now we're gonna be trying to remove this old window tint. Now, this tint is absolutely terrible. But from what I've seen online, really with tint, you just gotta get it nice and hot and it releases the adhesive and it should come off. So this is all gonna be a time lapse because the door chime is going to be dinging when the keys are in and the door is open, but I have to have the key forward in order to roll the window down. So it's all gonna be a time lapse and I'll let you know at the end how hard it was. Alright, so recording wise, that was a 25-minute clip. I did 5 minutes looking for some Dudon. This isn't the proper Dudon, this is actually a graffiti remover, but it actually worked fantastic. I couldn't find my normal Dudon. It apparently drew legs and walked somewhere. But window is up, it is crystal clear now. This is all the old tint. There's a couple sections that came off in little tiny pieces that were kind of annoying. It was mainly in this crease right over here, but we got it all off. It was crystal clear. Like I think I mentioned it earlier in the video, but I already have window tint ordered, so I'm not just pulling this off just to go around like a fishbowl. I hate fishbowling, but I literally, like, I could not see out of that, and at night it was like 1,000 times worse than during the day. During the day you can like tell where a car's at. At night their headlights hit it and it was like looking through stained glass. It expanded, so you couldn't tell if they were close, if they were far. All you saw was a ball of light. It was very, very dangerous. I don't know how. I found a piece of paperwork and the truck that had his birth date and everything. He's exactly 70 years old, so I had a pretty good guess on that. But I don't know how a 70-year-old man was driving around seeing through that. Maybe that's why all these old people are always pulling out in front of us and everything, because they probably didn't know you were there, literally. But I got that one done. I'm just gonna work all the way around, so I'm gonna do this window now, and then do the next side, and the next side, and the next side. But if these are all gonna be 25-minute clips, I'm not gonna sit here and record everything, so I'll just pick you guys up when it's all done. All right, so it is the next morning, and I must say, I recorded the only easy window. So yesterday, after I stopped recording, we got that window done. I started on that window, and let me tell you, you know how I said, oh, that first one wasn't bad, I was expecting a lot worse. I should have just kept my mouth shut, because the top section of the window right across there came off. The rest of it did not. The rest of it had to be scraped with a razor blade, and it just kept peeling off in little tiny sections. I mean, like, not even inch long sections, just little tiny pieces. So I got about half the window done, and then Brandon showed up and he finished the rest of the window while I did this one. And this one was weird. From here and then over and then down a little bit and then like to here came off in one. Everything over here had to be scraped. So it didn't take as long as that one. That one took probably, using a heat gun, some Dudon, and a razor blade, I'd say good 2 hours, just that window. This window took about 45 minutes. I still have to do this one. This one still has to be done, and this still has to be done. I'm nervous for this one. And I got the seat covers back in. That diesel injector that spilled on that still has the slight smell to it even after washing it, but I want to have seat covers on the back seat. So we got the seat covers back in, and the cover for this had some like weird brown stain on it. It honestly looked like ice cream, but it was so hard there was no way for it to be ice cream. So I mean, it had to have been some type of sealant of some type or something like that, I hope. But it was just gross, so it got thrown away. I'm just gonna keep a towel over that for the time being. Just try and get like a black towel or something that kind of blends in up here. And this was underneath the back seat. It's meant for this, but I don't know if I'm gonna leave it there, because since this windshield leaks some water and water gets in the glove box, now that I have it cleaned out, I can show you guys. You guys can see like all the rusty water down at the bottom of that. I don't want to keep my registration or anything in there and risk it getting wet, so it's all in here. So if I get pulled over, I'm gonna have to like pull this off and open this up. I don't understand why they would do it like that. Why they would make a cover for this, but it not cover the leather part. Just have it covered over that, and then everything else can stay. Doesn't make sense to me. The truck is almost officially de-grampified. Cleaned out the steps, cleaned out all the doors, cleaned out all the seats, underneath all the seats. We got everything clean, and now we just have to do that back window, and scrape the stickers off. I'm gonna wash the truck and change the oil, and we'll close this video out. But I'm gonna knock those off camera, because there's no telling how long they'll take. So we'll get to it. All right, so forget a heat gun. Forget a steamer, forget little finger razor blades that you're using with your hands, and forget all that, and forget goof off any of it. The goof off, the graffiti remover, hands down best thing for removing adhesive. I've seen countless videos on YouTube. You look up how to remove old tint, and all you get is people removing adhesive. People have such a hard time with adhesive. Literally, I sprayed it on, wiped it off, and it was gone. So I found the best trick. This razor blade right here, what Brandon has in his hands. This thing is amazing. So it was $7 at Walmart, and literally it's a handle with a blade on it. And I did, this is it right here. All it is just razor blade on a handle, and it extends and everything like that. But I did the entire back window and this window in under 20 minutes. Under 20 minutes I did that and that with no heat gun and no adhesive remover, no steam or anything like that, just the razor blade. Now just scrape off in little pieces and everything, but how we did this window and that window is with little razor blades in our hand, having to scrape it because the tint wouldn't peel off. The driver's side window peeled off, but I did find out this tint is at least 8 years old. I know that for, or not 8, 18 years old. I know that for a fact because there was a sticker on the inside of the truck that was from 2003 and it was on top of the tint. So I know for a fact the tint was at least 8 years old. It was 18, I keep saying 8, but it was probably, the truck is 22. I'd say, we'll say 20-year-old tint. Pain in the butt to get off without that razor blade. That is definitely the strat. So now we're scraping off all these stickers on the back window, getting rid of the Southern Heritage sticker, the bucks, the fish, and the American flag. We're getting all that off. I don't want any stickers on it. If I put a sticker on it, it's gonna be like that. But getting all that off, and then we're gonna wash the truck, give it its first bath, change our oil in it, and this video will be over. So let's get to scraping this crap off. Damn, it's spot on perfect. Look at me. I'll start it up and let it run for a second and then recheck it. Alright guys, oil is completely changed. Truck was actually like 2.5 quarts low. So probably a good thing we got it changed. If I had to guess, because judging off the Carfax, the last time the mileage was reported was in 2017 when these tires were put on, and it only had 20,000 miles less than what it has now, and that was 2 years before the man I bought it from was diagnosed with cancer. So if I had to guess, he probably drove it a decent amount then, and then once he got diagnosed, he didn't drive it very much. So if I had to guess, the oil was probably last changed a year or two ago. So it's probably very good that I got it changed, got some new oil in the truck. I put some Shell Rotel 15W40. After watching some videos, I'd already bought the oil, but after watching some videos, I think my next oil change, I'm gonna go with some 15W30. Just some people said that it feeds the injectors better and everything like that and quiets the motor down. So I think I'm gonna try that. So if you guys have any suggestions about that, drop them down in the comments below and let me know. But we're at the car wash now because it is super sunny outside. It is 3:30, so it's very hot, very sunny, and I just knew if I washed the truck at my house that the soap was just gonna immediately dry on the paint, and there was no reason to do that. So we're here in the shade, gonna get the truck all cleaned up for the first time. I've got some ceramic coat with me. I'm gonna try and ceramic coat it after I wash it and get it all nice and cleaned up. So I will show you guys the truck all finished and clean. You guys have seen it dirty. You guys saw the nasty window tint. It is all gone. All the stickers are gone off the back window. Oil is changed. Now it's time to clean it up, and catch you guys then. All right, guys, truck is all cleaned and ceramic coated now. Paint isn't terrible. Brandon and I are planning on correcting it. We think the hood can be saved. It's a little faded, so it probably doesn't have much clear left. But I'm guessing once upon a time, this guy hit a gallon of white paint or something, because it's all over the front. There's paint here, there's paint up there, there's paint on the front bumper, there's paint in this wheel well, there's paint on that fender and door, and I'm guessing there was a scratch and they just taped around it and sprayed duplicolor on it. There's those two spots, and then there is the spot right here on the bed. So I mean, I guess thanks for not letting it rust. I don't know why they didn't do that one. It doesn't make sense to me why people do stuff like that, but I ceramic coated everything except for the side windows, the front windows. I ceramic coated the back window, and I didn't do the roof. The reason why I didn't do the roof is it is a little bit of a lost cause for ceramic coating. See, it's pretty faded and a couple different spots. So there's really no point in ceramic coating that. But we did change the oil, and I was talking to Everything Diesel on YouTube a couple minutes ago, and he was telling me to add a friction eliminator, or the Hot Shot Secrets, the diesel injector cleaner that I put in the truck the day I bought it. He was telling me they have a friction eliminator that you put in your oil when you do an oil change, and it breaks down a lot of the stuff in your oil and breaks down a lot of the stuff in your injectors and everything. So I'm going to pick up some of that tomorrow. When I did the oil change, I didn't fill it all the way. I was watching this YouTube video. If I can remember the name of it, I will put it down in the description below or across the screen. But I watched this probably 2-3 months ago, and this guy was talking about you don't want to fill these trucks all the way to the fill line, that they operate better at the middle to 3/4. So I'm about half a quart below the full line. It says on the dipstick, if you're at the add more, you're 2 quarts low. So I'm about 3/4 in between, so I know I'm about half a quart low, and that's supposedly supposed to run better. Now I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the video, but I had bought this Shell Rotel oil the day before I bought the OBS. So I went and looked at the OBS on a Saturday. I bought the oil Saturday night or Sunday, I can't remember, but I bought it and was going to change the oil in the OBS. I drove it home Monday, got it home Tuesday. We were out buying stuff for it. I was going to change the oil Tuesday, and then what happened Tuesday with the death in my family, and then going and driving and the truck breaking down and everything, I never got to changing the oil. So I had the oil left over. That's why it went in the truck. I do plan on running AMSOIL the next oil change. My dad is a AMSOIL dealer, so I'm going to have him I think he's an AMSOIL dealer. I don't know, but I'm going to get some AMSOIL for the truck, and that's what I'll run in it for the time being. I'm going to run some 15W30 in it. I was told the 30 is better than 40. Well, better for these trucks than 40. It's in that video that I watched that I cannot remember for the life of me. But I'm going to be doing 15W30 in it. Don't fill it to the fill line, and I'm gonna get some of the friction or stiction or whatever everything diesel said. I have it in the message. I'm not a diesel guy. The OBS was the first diesel I owned. I owned it for under 2 weeks, and I've owned this for 2 days now. So I'm not much of a diesel guy. I don't really know a lot about them besides what I've learned from watching YouTube videos and going on forums and Facebook groups. So I'm learning, you guys are learning, except for I'm documenting it on video. But I'm gonna pick up some of that stuff tomorrow, and probably my next oil change I'll add it, because I don't want to put this all the way at full with that stuff in it. But truck is all cleaned up. Rims do need some work. I don't think they had been cleaned for a very, very, very long time. So when I rotate these tires, we're going on a 5.5 hour trip here in about 2 weeks, and I'm taking this. So I am going to rotate the tires before we do that. So when I pull them off, I'm going to clean the back sides of them, the front of them, everything like that. But the truck is ceramic coated. I went ahead and used that hydrosilate ceramic coating. It's not a fantastic ceramic coat, but it does have hydrophobic properties, so it will make cleaning this truck a whole lot easier. So I did that, and I did the back window and everything. My tint will be here sometime next week. My exhaust delete will be here tomorrow. So that'll probably be the next video you guys see of this truck, will be the exhaust delete. We've got a aux beam 8-gang switch panel that I'm going to be installing in here. Some aux beam pods that I'm going to be putting on this front bull bar. A lot of you guys are asking me to take this off. I'm going to show you real quick why I'm not. So you see this right here, this isn't dirt. This is all rust that has happened from this rubbing right there. So if I pull this off, there's going to be those lines of where that was at. So I'm just going to leave it. I do plan on getting a move bumper in the future for this truck. So when I get the move bumper, we'll just pull this whole entire bumper off and sell it as one piece or whatever, because I'm sure there's going to be some lines right there where it has probably made contact with it and everything before. But I'm going to mount my pods on these tabs, and I'm going to mount the light bar that was on the Ford underneath of them, wire them all to the switch. We're going to be installing some rock lights and everything on here, window tint, muffler delete, and hopefully a tuner in the near future, and some different mirrors, because these things suck. But if you guys that made it to the end of this video, please go down, drop a like on this video if you're new here and you enjoy this type of content. We got a lot of diesel content coming, so go down, hit the subscribe button, or just go check out my channel. And if you like the other videos, then you can hit the subscribe button. But I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.